After leaving the cold and windy hills above Flamingo Gorge in northern Utah, I decided to head back south where it was warmer, less windy, and I actually had phone service. So I wound up back in Dinosaur National Monument, this time camping on top of the plateau and near a beautiful ridge. And this place is amazing. I would highly recommend anybody in the area to drop by and take a peek at what's out here. It's pretty amazing, and lots of history, and apparently in the more western parts there's actually dinosaur tracks and fossils and things like that, but not in this part. Just beauty, sheer beauty. And I wound up camping there overnight once again. You know, I don't want to brag too much, but I'm pretty good at this stealthing stuff. And honestly, I was checking out places to get off the main road out there when I camped in Echo Park. I looked on the way in, then I looked on the way out, and I thought this would be cool to camp in the junipers on the side of a cliff. I can't get close to the cliff. Well, I'm probably a couple hundred yards, but I don't really want to ride my bike down there, and I don't want to walk down there. So I'm just going to imagine that I'm on the side of the cliff camping in junipers. I've never camped in junipers before. I've always been interested in it. And you might say, but Don, where you're camping is so ugly. And I would say, but you're wrong. Because just like the desert, I had the same opinion. It can't be pretty unless it's got grass, and it can't be nice unless it looks like a golf course. And believe it or not, they have golf courses in the desert. So you're surrounded by an amazing landscape. And that's what I consider junipers. I consider this landscape amazing for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's truly amazing. Number two, you take the word amazing, amaze. It is a maze of junipers in here. You will get lost in here. If you don't know what you're doing, you will get lost, because all these junipers, they don't all look the same. Some of them look like trees, like that one. Some of them look like bushes. Some of them are tall. There's some tall ones out here. There's probably some 20-footers out here. But unless you know where the heck you're going, you can get lost out here. It's kind of like The Shining, getting lost in that maze, because it all looks the same. You keep going different routes, and, you know, all you have to do is follow some child in there that's smarter than you, and he'll turn around and jump back on his footprints and run out. And you'll keep running in the way he didn't go, and you'll freeze to death. So that's going to happen out here too if you're not careful. I think I'm at close to 7,000 feet, just above the town of Dinosaur, in Dinosaur National Monument. I'm not sure that I'm in the monument. The road up is monument, but I think I crossed the boundary over here, and it said wilderness boundary. So apparently this is BLM on this side. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I don't want to have to deal with the rangers. They're kind of touchy about monument land. So I decided I'm going to camp on BLM tonight. And if they want to give me a hard time about crossing the boundary, I think the road may have said road closed, but I was going about 30 miles an hour. But none of that really matters, because I'm not really doing any harm. I'm camping on land that has cow shit all over it, which is, I wanted to talk about that too. That might be a concern of some people. Sharing the land with cattle. I have become completely accustomed to that, because some of the most amazing places you do share with cattle. And you pay a price when you're outside of a campground. Hell, I've been in campgrounds. In fact, on Grand Mesa, what was that, 2017, 2016? I went and paid for a campground, parked my schoolie in a campground next to a beautiful lake. There was probably maybe 10, 15 other, maybe 10 campers there. Lots of RV folks. Beautiful lake. There's lakes all over the place. But this particular campground on Grand Mesa had cattle walking through it. And I was like, hey, I probably paid $12 for a night. I was like, hey, I don't want to share my campground with cattle. And then I was like, eh. And then after that, I became completely benign. I don't care. Animals are animals. Cows smell a little bit worse than, a lot of other animals, but at least they're not pigs. They're not eating your food. And they tend to kind of give you space, because they're not so human friendly. But anyway, I'm camped here tonight, and I'm very excited because I have a 6-pack full of premium beer. I just tossed a cool Sam Adams. It's gone, but I also have another cool Sam Adams. It's relatively cool since, it was 45 degrees last night. I stuck those in the cooler. I've got some premium beverages beyond that. An IPA, I can't recall what it was, but I snatched it. And I have some wonderful almonds, and I think that's all I've got to eat. Oh, I've got some string cheese, almonds, and if I run through the beer too quick, I've got whiskey. And the rest of my supplies are right there. Everything except my sleeping bag and my pillow is right there. And I'm very excited. Did I say that already? I'm very excited to be back in Dinosaur. Well, my lens is kind of yucky. Very excited to be back in Dinosaur. I'm not going back down to Echo Park, although that was fantastic. It's still lingering in my mind. That was 26 miles round trip in the dirt. And any other bike with knobby tires, I would go back. I'd probably hang out somewhere above the campground though this time. Be in the canyon, but just not in the campground, because the campers kind of got on my nerves. But I'm sure I've already talked about that in the previous video that I haven't edited yet. So I'm gonna open another beer and keep chilling. I got internet up here. It's a nice cool breeze. I got my panels out, charging my batteries. I don't know what else to say. It could be better. I could have a cliffside view, but other than that, this is fantastic. I'm just not going to ride my bike down to the cliff. That's it. About 20 minutes later, and I just realized, I'm not sure if I mentioned that I'm excited to be hanging once again. I am in my hammock once again. I am excited to be hanging once again. I've been on the ground for the last 2 nights, and I wasn't having fun. I'm not sure. My air mattress was wonky. I don't know. All I know is that I woke up every morning with my hips hurting. I guess my hips must have been hitting the ground. I don't know. I don't sleep good on the ground. I never have. But I sleep like a baby in this freaking hammock. If I get it set up right. And looked at the forecast tonight. It's supposed to be 49 for a low. Up here, I don't know if that's accurate. But still, even if it's close, it should be 10 degrees warmer than I've been having. Maybe some issues with wind coming under the hammock, but that's what my underquilt's for. I may tarp it, I may not. I don't know. It depends on how fast the weather changes. But all I know right now is it's nice and cool up here. It's been cool all day. I rode all the way through the desert from Vernal, Utah, basically desert, Should be hot and dry. It was hot and dry the last time I came through here, and I rode just with my mesh jacket on. But today I rode with mesh jacket on top of my rain jacket, on top of my sweater, on top of this t-shirt, and it was still, I never got hot. So it makes me think that I don't know, it's supposed to be warming this week, but tonight the low is supposed to be 49, so I'm not sure what to think about all that. I'll be fine. Fuck, if it gets really cold, I'll take the damn tent out and go back to the ground. I don't think that's going to happen, but, and not just that, it seems like there's a slight breeze blowing through here, but it's 5% of the wind that was coming through that valley up above Flaming Gorge. 10% or less of that wind that was just constant. This is a nice cool breeze. I'm fine with this. I'll be fine with this all night long. Hell, even if it gets up to 20 miles an hour, I don't care. Glad to be out of that damn valley. It's weird valley. Hell, I'm up on top of a damn cliff. This should be a whole lot more intense up here. I bet it does get intense. I bet it's 3, 4, 5, 6 feet of snow up here in the winter. Northeast or northwestern corner of Colorado, Dinosaur. I'm so glad to be here. Did realize one of my big events when I make camp. I make camp and then I break camp the next day or 2 days, 3 days. One of the big deals for me is get these damn boots off. It's always such a great feeling to go. So it's always such an amazing feeling to free the feet. Hell, I haven't even been riding that long today. Let's see, I got here about 5 o'clock, I guess, 4 something. So I started, golly, that's not 3 hours of riding. I mean, I blazed all the way from camp to here, so less than 3 hours of riding. I shouldn't be sore, but it's always a good thing to get those damn boots off. It's always so nice. You know, adventure Crocs. Put your adventure Crocs on and just sit back and chill and drink a beer. And that's what I'm about to do, because I got my adventure cup. And hopefully my beers will still be cold, because I purchased them less than an hour ago, maybe about an hour ago. Got my sleeping bag and my underquilt ready to go whenever I feel like it. And I think I'm just going to enjoy the sun going down. And just the quiet. Occasional car passing by on the Dinosaur Highway. Beer. Oh my. Some hiker with her dog, I guess she said she lives around here in a house. And she said the rim's right there just down the road. And I said, oh, well, it looked like it was 1,000 yards on my map, but my God. I should have rode my motorcycle a little bit further. I could be camping on this. My God. This is extraordinary. This is what I was trying to find. This is freaking amazing. Oh my. This makes me want to cry. Look at this. Dinosaur, welcome. Maybe this is why they closed this road. Just another small slice of the rim that I was trying to get to. See, look, there's less cows down here too. So quiet, so beautiful. Pretty sure if the government didn't own this land, there would be houses all around this rim. Look at that. You can see it's a little smoky in the distance, but still spectacular. Did you know this was in Dinosaur? Looking for my next place to hang a hammock. I wonder if that young lady's gonna... She says she works in the park, so I may be in trouble. It's just so quiet out here. Spent, what, 3 days in Ashley National Forest. And I could always hear something. Mostly the wind. And there's a little bit of wind coming through here, but it's... You can't hear it. All you can hear is my voice. I'm always a bit intimidated getting my bike out of holes like this. This is where I stopped yesterday coming in. I stopped right there because I thought, I can get in, but I don't know if I can get out. So this is one of those things where I'm thinking just kind of momentum is my friend. I hate to say it like that, but man, I don't know what else to do here. Slow, maybe crawl down into the, well, no, I know. I'm just going to go right along this line right here because that's the easiest. Let's see if I can keep it upright. Because right now, that's the big concern. Keeping it upright, right? Let's see if that's going to hold my freaking camera. It may not. We're going to find out. The things I do for YouTube. Well, let's find out how far we can get. Yeah, that's a line that's harder to maintain, but I don't want to go in there. I got two big heads sticking out of the side of my damn motorcycle. Not to mention these stupid curb feelers. Much easier than I thought. Whole lot of worry for nothing. I'm getting to be a pro at this off-road. Show the world that you are a moron by taking the wrong bike down the wrong road. You too can be a moron by taking a big heavy street bike down a trail that only a Jeep or a four-wheeler should go. Be proud, be foolish, just do it. After the sun came up and things started to warm up, I decided it was time to roll back south and meet up with a YouTube subscriber that was riding his motorcycle to meet me and hang out. He was coming all the way from North Carolina, the coast of North Carolina, which I thought was pretty impressive. It was his first big trip, and I decided I was going to get a little bit closer to central Colorado to meet him. And I decided to go to a very interesting place called Grand Mesa. If you'll remember, I was there a few weeks back with Tim overnight, but not camping in the place that I wanted to be camping. So I met my buddy from North Carolina, rode all the way from North Carolina, and also was joined by another extreme biker, and we hung out on top of Grand Mesa for almost a week. And even though it might not look like it, we are 6,000 feet above the city of Grand Junction and almost 2 miles up above sea level. So stay tuned for that. It's pretty cool.